All right, guys, it's Shalon with the Paradox Gaming Network, and it's official, man. It is the first episode of Bless 101. I finally am in the game. Head start early access went a little rough. We got in. We got some stuff going on. Now, I'm going to try to just get you started with Bless. This is going to be like drinking through a fire hose. I'm going to go over some crawl, walk level stuff today. I already have the next episode in progress. That's going to be more run. Of course, if you guys have questions, the way my 101 segments work is ask a lot of questions. And if the questions generate a video segment, I will certainly get to those. So what I want to talk today about is the basics. Get people in, show them some stuff. Going to talk character creation. That leads us to faction, and you can only be one faction on each server. I love this feature. It stops people from being able to spy. Now, it doesn't stop people from having two accounts, but that certainly makes it a little bit more difficult. So you're going to pick your faction, then your race, your class, your gender, make your character creation. We'll do a little bit of that in just a second. I'm going to give you an overview of the combat. I'm going to talk combos. I'm going to talk enhancing skills, because the combat in this game is different than any other MMO I've ever played. Then I'm going to give you just a real brief look at Taming, a couple of bits and pieces you need to know on that to help get you started. Obviously, again, it's not the advanced stuff. And then I'm going to give you some helpful tips that we've been shuffling through in Paradox. Going to talk daily stuff, going to talk missions, and then we're going to talk hunt quests and get you into that menu specifically, and why you want to pick up your side quests first. So here you go. It is a faction-based game. You got your Huron, you got your Union, you've got 7 races. 6 of them are locked to specific factions, but they have an equivalent on the other side. You got your Huron, and they got humans with cool names. They got elves, one type. They got the Lupus. Then you've got the Union. Again, they've got humans, they got Aqua Elves, and they've got the Pantera. At the bottom, you see the Musku. The Musku, they can go to either faction. Kind of cool feature. I'm Musku. I absolutely love it. Classes at launch. One thing you are going to see Assassin gear drop. You're going to see Assassin-related quests. I'll show you mine when we get to the mission section. Kind of screwed me today, but you cannot play an assassin right now. They are due to come out at a later date. So these are your classes. And you have your grid of what you can play by each class. Truthfully, if you want to join a particular faction and you don't like the 3 that are there, Musku, you can do a lot of cool things with them. So let's take a look at that. So here's your character select screen. The first thing you're going to do, I'm going to take a step back. Here are your server names. Now, what I talked about earlier is you can only make factions of one type on a server. So if I come onto my main server and I try to make a character, it's going to tell me you can only create a character within the same faction. So since I main Union, when I want to look at the Huron storylines, I'll have to do that on a different server. So, come back here. You can see they've added a lot of servers. We started with this one, and that was a bad decision. And then we've just chipped along as we've gone. I'm going to clip in right here real quick just to show you. So, obviously, either faction's available to me because I don't have a character on the server. I'll go in here first. You've got your choice of your race. And then, obviously, with the classes racially locked, I'm going to pick Lupus here. Lupus, I can't be a mage. I can't be, I can't be a paladin. Mystic, Warlock, and Assassin are already on the sheet. Nobody can play them. And then, obviously, you've got your gender picking before you go into character creation. Pretty standard stuff. Let's pop in here. I'm going to pop in from a Musku. Now, you'll notice some people are like, I don't want to be a small animal-like creature. That's fine. You can be human type as well. So for those of you that don't like furries, you can get rid of the furry features. I'm going to take a step back real quick. Going to do the same thing for females. If you don't want to be a female furry, you can be a human Musku as well. Really cool feature. I love the fact that they made it so that they gave you a human that could go either side. I was a little worried at first with the Muscu with the furry featureness, but that's fine. Another important thing, when you start getting into your customizations, your height, you can be really tiny, you can be tall. It does not change your combat hitbox, but I will tell you, we have found that the Muscu can slip into some really narrow passages that the other larger characters can't. So I believe there is a difference between your collision box and your PvP combat hitbox. So you can be as small as you want, your combat box doesn't change. With that in mind, I don't need to go over character creation with people. You're all gamers. You can get in there. I just wanted to make sure to hit the highlights. So let me drop back onto my character and we'll talk about combat. Alrighty, so as far as combat goes, Blessed Online has one of the most unique combat systems I've ever worked with. A lot of games have combos, but that's usually where you take one ability and you lead right into another ability. But you usually end up having like 16 to 20 different abilities up on your bar. In this game, you have 3 initiating abilities. You have 1, 2, and 3. And then you're going to link into other abilities as you go. It's all about the skill chains. Big thing if you, and we'll go into the game and take a look. One thing I want to make sure that I indicate is your stance swap is the tilde key. Some people were having a hard time. The translation wasn't very good on the first day or two. I think they have gone in and cleaned that up. So the first thing you have is you really have 3 opening attacks. And those are your stance chains. You also have 4 non-chain skills. Those are your utility or your mobility skills. And then you have abilities, which are character enhancements. And we're going to go over all of that right now. But to start with, I want to academically tell you, you start with 1, 2, or 3. And then you combo into RT and Y. And then you follow up with the same key. A little weird, I know, we'll show you in a second. But you need to learn these out of combat. You need to know which line is going to lead you into an instant, which one's going to lead you into a bigger spell that has a cast time, for me, a mage, which ones for guardians have the taunts. You need to know which ones are going to go into your taunts. Paladins, you need to know which ones are going to go into your heals. So these are all very important things to make sure you knock out academically. So this is really where eventually when I go over classes, I think people are going to benefit from, because I'm going to break it down very neat, very educationally, mnemonic devices, things like that. So popping in the game real quick, I'm just going to show you the combat and then we are going to get into it a little more. Let me find somebody to pick on. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So, as you can see, and I'm going to put my pet away. I have Ice Flame, Static Charge, or Chilling Wind. If I stance change, I then have Magic Shot, Kindle, and Fiery Eruption. So I want to just show you how this works first. And then we'll get into a couple of more details. We're not going to go deep into any one class today. So here you go. I open up with an instant, and then I know that R goes right into an instant. And as you saw, my only option is R again. So it's 1 RR is a skill chain. I could also go 1 into T, which is a cast time, into T again. Now I killed him, but if I'm quick enough, I can go over to a mob. You see that? That's my cast bar. And then that is my, here is my bar that I need to act before this bar goes away. I can also go into Y, because I know what each of my trees does. And then I can go into a AoE. Now some of the AoEs are targeted. I also want to show you a different one where, coming off of Static Charge, a little bit different. The first AoE is off the target. The second AoE is this nice big ground reticle. So that's why I say you need to spend some time learning, your skills outside of combat. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad day. And is it gonna take some time? Absolutely. It is most certainly gonna take you time to learn which each path does. I recommend getting a piece of paper and a pen, writing it down, mapping it out, just like you had to do with algebra equations back in high school when dinosaurs roamed the earth. You've got. Let me pop in here first. So here is your total stance chain series. As I said, Magic Shot leads into an ability. Well, Magic Shot leads into 3 abilities, and then the next ability leads into 1. So each 1, 2, or 3 leads into a choice of 3, and then a follow-up, and then a closer, really. And then the same thing. Now, eventually you pick up, you'll pick up 26 and 27. At level 26 and 27 for a mage, at least, I'll pick up 2 more stances. Currently cannot pick up my mixed tactic or my ulti tactic because we can't get to special level. But get in here, you get in here with K, get in here, learn your chains, see that it's a chain skill, it deals to the enemy, and then this one is enemies and its surrounding. It has a cast time. Let me go to this one. This one is got a cast time. No, this one does not. This one also does not. This one does have a cast time. This one does as well. So you need to get in here and you need to know which ones have a cast time and which ones don't. So that is the big combat advice for mages mainly. I mean other classes as well. Now you can also improve your skills, and this is the growth effects. You need to spend sapphires to modify your skills. So come in here again, you'll notice that I have 81 sapphires, I have 475 rose stones, and I have 84 beryl. Now, as you can see, these little icons next to here, some of them have them, some of them don't. These are the abilities that I have modified. Now, it's going to be tempting to modify your early ones. Of course, I modified Magic Shot and Flame Shot when I got started, and I wish I didn't because now I need to do a tactics reset if I want these points back. And I really do want them back because I find that I don't use these abilities anymore. I spend more of my time in Mixed Tactics A because I have more versatility there. So spend slowly, spend wisely. But each one, you can either go left or right. So for Ice Flame, I have gone to reduce my cast time. I could have done damage increase instead. But since it's the opener, I wanted it out of the way faster. On Static Charge, this one is cooldown or fire and air elemental acquisition increase. So it's not all the same. Some are going to be damage, some are going to be cooldown, some are going to be special acquisition. So really get in there and think about it because you're going to be spending these sapphires pretty miserly because it is going to get expensive at 5, 10, 15. You're going to chew through them pretty quick. As you see, I could probably do like 2 more, and then I won't have another option until 45. Now, the good news is you also have non-chain skills. You have utility and mobility, and these are also improvable. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get into my non-chain skills, and as you can see, I have elemental armor. As a mage, I also have Blink, I have Counterspell, and I have Disenchant. Now, each of these, I could choose Sleep, and I probably will when I get into more PvP. But you have options. You have a lot of different options. For example, I have chosen on my elemental armor. I have chosen to come down here where I acquire air element when attacked while active, and it stuns a target for 3 seconds when I receive melee attacks with a fixed probability. Now, I wish they would tell us what the probability is, but they don't. But that means when somebody hits me, when a melee attacks me, they're going to be stunned for 3 seconds. I also have gone into Blink. I've gone across because now I can store 2 charges of blink instead of 1. And this is going to be another one. You need to get in there. You're going to do a lot of studying, a lot of figuring out what works best for you. Realize for right now, you really only have to go into the first enhancement, because the other ones are not like additionals. The other ones are just reducing magic or MP consumption. Finally, there are abilities, and these are your character improvements, and these require a barrel to activate. And the cool thing is you can go all 4 directions, depending on where you want to go. Like my next one I want, obviously, is I want increased experience from hunting by 5%. As you can see, I've increased my intelligence, my vitality, my physical, my magic defense, my crit rate, my crafting speed. That was the crafting speed one. Wasn't necessarily one I wanted, but it was in the way. I wanted my crit rate, my crit hit by 20 to go up, but to get there I had to go through an ability. So Final Fantasy players, you'll be kind of used to this if you played Final Fantasy 9, I think. That's the one, I believe, that has the large grid. But look at these, think these through, figure out where you want to go, and then you need to figure out what each one does. Now you're going to see stuff like increases frenzy, increases resistance. Easiest way to learn all that until I get the compendium of all things for all classes out is come into your character sheet by hitting P. Hit this little arrow here, and you can cursor over them. So here you go. Frenzy is increases crit hit rate and acceleration. Toughness is position control resistance, and toughness is affected by vitality and physical defense level. So cursor over these. Acceleration reduces cooldown and casting time. Not every class has the exact same special stats. I am currently studying to see if they are directly related. I know archers have a different name for their frenzy, but it's the exact same thing. So could be a translation thing thus far, or it could actually be meaningful change. We'll have to get into that. All right, what I want to do now is I want to go find something I can tame, and then I want to talk about taming. Okay, guys, so in a video that I did in Bless News, it said that there were 660 unique monsters, and I showed you this picture. I have already seen several of these. You'll see a hippo, you'll see a puma, and they're not difficult to get. They're not like way out there. If I come into my pets menu, I have my hippo. There is my hippo. Very, very sexy looking hippo. Here is my puma. They do scale to character size. I mean, no matter what you're looking for. So I will show you. Here is my hippo. And I like to give credit when, truth in advertising. So let me get my hippo turned a little bit better here. Camera effects are a bit rough. There we go. So here we go. There's me on a hippo. And that looks about right. I would say that the in-game resolution looks actually better than the screenshot they released. So, really are 660. I've run into a lot. I've already sacrificed a lot. Now, requires the taming order, taming scroll. These are made with enchanting. The lesser taming orders are good for monsters up to level 15. The normal one is up to 35. It's not hard to get the normal recipe. In fact, you can make the normal recipe as a level 1 crafter. You just have to go back to your main town and get learn the recipe from the teacher. I will say you will get a lot of free lesser ones, but lesser ones, as you can see, I'm already past the lesser range. I do happen to have, however, for the demonstration, one more normal taming order. So what I'm going to do, got to be quick. It's a mini game. You got to be quick. So I'm going to use my normal taming order. Oh, and I don't have the sound on. Oh, damn. There you go. It's 4 clicks. If it's a higher rarity one, you're going to have 5 clicks. You can tame them straight to blue. And then as you can see, my brand new level 1 mount, he's right there. Now he's going to end up getting leveled and then getting fed to my scorpion or my brown horse. When you click on stuff, this guy can't be tamed. He's the Buffalo Chief. No tamey. I'm looking for, there you go, I'm too far away. Let me get closer. Oh, here we go. Prairie Crow. That little butterfly looking icon, that means it's a pet. And then this over here, you're going to see this wagon wheel. That means it's a mount. So you know what you're getting into. Now, obviously, you cannot mount or you cannot tame humanoid looking things. You can't tame robbers or bandits or the Angry Manes. None of that. Can't do any of that. Can't tame the soldiers. Sorry, guys. I know somebody specifically asked, can I tame the girls and jump on them? No, you can't. Getting into daily stuff, missions, this icon at the top, really important menu. You're going to want to make sure to get into this. As you can see, perform the shy emote on an assassin. So I got screwed today. I will not be able to finish my weekly sigils today. I'll have to wait till tomorrow. There's no assassins in game, but the gear already drops, and so it's trying to tell me to go find 2 assassins. Really kind of sucks for me. But click here. You have your mission. I've already claimed my daily mission today. I got my box that had some rice cakes in it, some pickaxe, some gathering bags. Obtained one of the following. So it's gonna drop you one when you open it. Lesser taming orders, you're gonna get 5 of those. Really important because when I talk about mounts and pets in a later episode, you're gonna want a lot of the lesser ones to feed it to the higher ones. Gold ore, you just get gold for selling it. And then the Warrior's Honor coin, again, used for armor, handiwork, enchantment. We'll get into all that stuff later. It's one of those, hey, just go accumulate this crap now, and then you'll have it when it's time to use it. So just want to make sure people know to come down here to their missions. It says you have a mission. Yeah, I could do 1 more. I could get 8 more. I could finish today. I don't have equipment that needs to have its durability restored, so I don't feel like, doing it just for the sake of doing it. Last but not least, hunt quests. Going to tell you how to do it first, then I'm going to show you. Hit J, go to the hunt quests tab, kill that many of each mob to get XP, dungeon points, crystallized magic powder, and guild influence. We did do some testing. It looks like this does translate over to guild influence. Your guild is going to want lots and lots and lots and lots of influence. I recommend picking up all the nearby side quests first. A lot of times the side quests are going to have you kill X number of mobs for the side quest, and then they do double count. If you're killing it, if you have to kill 8 of something for a side quest, it will in fact count 8 towards your hunting log. So let's jump in here for the hunting quest. I'm going to end up calling it hunting log from other games I've played. But as you can see, all these check marks, I'm done with those. I have gotten the goodies for it. You can retry them if you need extra XP. Honestly, you shouldn't, because as you can see, I've got 16 of 43 already started for my next area. I have to find 4 more mobs in the starting area, and then I have lots of them. Now, it comes in 3 stages. It's like 8, 20, and then 40. It's not 8 and then 20 more. It's kill 8, and now you have to kill up to 20, and then you have to kill up to 40, is basically what it's worked out to be for the most part. The nice thing is that once you've started one, like you can see right here, that check mark, it means I'm done with him. I don't have to kill any more of him. All these should all be check marked. But if you're like, man, I don't remember where I saw that. You're like, where did I see the Angry Mane Hunter? Come down here, check the location. It's going to pop it on the map, and you can be like, oh, let me auto run. So I'm going to come in here. I just want to show you guys what it looks like. Now, as you can see, Angry Mane Rogue, I'm done with. Angry Mane Summoner, he's dead, but 20 of 40, if you guys can see that. 20 of 40 right there. I got to kill 20 more. There's the Summoner. I'm looking for a Hunter, because... Uh-oh, he wants to pick a fight. So now I have 19 of him left to kill. Yeah, 19 more. Now, like I said, make sure you do these, because these are a good source of XP. And I have managed to completely go the wrong direction. Now, I can see him. There, you guys can see him too. Now, he's an 8 of 20. So I've got to kill 12 more hunters, and then it's going to kick me to do 20 more after that. So make sure you're grinding on the right mobs in the right area, because you do get free XP. Makes it a lot easier to level. I got completely ass backwards in what I was doing, and I really am going to now be wasting a whole lot of time to double back and do all this. Learn from my mistakes, and don't repeat Jalan's errors. Alright guys, and that is it for episode 1. I know there was a lot in there, and then I know what I just did, and I apologize. What I did was I talked about something, and then I talked about, well, you're gonna need it later. But unless I want this episode to be like 7 hours long, I gotta just get a lot of information out to you, and then a lot of stuff you need to ask questions about. Based on the questions I get, that will drive episode like 3, 4, 5, as I strive to answer those questions. If you've got immediate questions, go ahead and join me on Discord. I run a Discord server across a bunch of different games. Even when I leave a game, I have a really good group of people that continue to talk about the games. You can get me at Jalan #8446, or there's a link to my Discord below. If you want to ask some live questions, if you see me streaming, I do stream on Twitch under Paradox_Gaming_Network, or you can join me for scripted shows on Wednesdays and Fridays, Wednesday nights at 2100 and Fridays at 1300 Eastern. I show up, answer your questions, talk about stuff. Now that Bless is live, most of my shows will be Bless 101. However, I may occasionally do a talk show, do my Paradoxical Impressions talk show. I may add on some other shows when I get back from my family vacation. And big, huge thank you to my patrons. I couldn't do a lot of the stuff that I do without them. In fact, I just was remembering I didn't give away a copy of Bless last night, and I totally intended to, and I just forgot. We were having so much fun. Nobody reminded me. I streamed for 4 hours. I forgot to give away the copy of Bless. So we'll be giving that away tomorrow. If you want to play Bless, you don't want to pay for it, swing on by. I'll be giving that away. So yeah, big thank you to all these guys. They dedicate their hard-earned money. They donate it to me. I turn that right back around to our community. Anyway, guys, lots of work to do. I need to get this into post-production. I got to start episode 2, and I got to prep for tomorrow's show. I hope you're enjoying Bless, and swing on by. Ask me whatever questions you want. Take care, guys. Hey, where are you going? You're not done yet. See these videos? This video's up here to watch. You gotta go over here. Hit the chibi. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the webpage. And I'll see you guys on Twitch.